Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Get Fittest Fat Podcast. We have a special episode for you guys today.
Triple threat.
We're here with Josh Gibson, to my left over here.
Howdy.
To my immediate left, Torsten Ring. Or what's the last name? Warwick. Close.
Wink.
Wink. And to my right, Dorian Yvonne Medina.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying? Yvonne. Yep. Today we're just kind of going over why ASAP. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are picking different gyms or have different goals, and you know what makes us so special? Or are we even special? You know what I'm saying?
We already know we're special. We talked about
Now
it.
it's
We talked
kinda
about this on the last podcast.
It's kind of which.
Let's get into the real special.
I think everyone knows we're kind of special when they listen to us talk, but
they love us anyways. Maybe that's why they love us.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's comical.
Comical. Hopefully.
We're smart dudes.
Hopefully, I'm
And
bringing
ladies.
someone a little bit of joy each day.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. A couple laughs, a couple chuckles.
Fair enough.
I get good feedback.
What's the main thing you think, Torsten, the difference between the gyms you've been to and our gym?
I would say the options that we offer here.
As far as what?
The programming.
Programming?
Mainly, and then we run multiple styles of classes. So depending on your fitness goals, you have an option when you come in. Most of the time, it's here's the workout of the day. Everybody does it. We scale accordingly. But I haven't been to a gym where we offered multiple programs for your special goals.
Yeah.
So
what are some of the different ones we do?
we have performance.
Okay.
Mainly a lot of the CrossFit movements, the technical stuff, barbell, the pull-ups, handstand push-ups, the basic stuff, and everyone's welcome to do it. Doesn't matter what level, you can still do it. And we offer fitness. Same time, Tyler's great at programming that. Fitness will mimic the performance side. So eventually, if you start with fitness, you can translate over to the performance side.
A little easier movements, right? Or
Yeah, they're less
they don't really care
technical.
about doing a handstand push-up or a muscle-up. Like, you just get a great workout in still. And
Yeah, and that's what I love. Everyone who's, with the word CrossFit, people kind of immediately go to that, performance kind of view.
Well, they don't want to do barbell stuff, or maybe they do, just depending on what their goal is. But
Depending on the goal.
Yeah.
I personally like I as an athlete, I like having the two different programs because throughout my season, depending on what I'm doing, sometimes the fitness workouts are a way better option. It's just way smarter looking at what events I have coming up, and I'm like, this program is actually going to get me to that goal more than the performance one will, because performance might be just some heavy lifts or something like that, and that might not be what I'm trying to peak for that time of the year. So it's nice having options, and I don't have to go outside of that and look for something else to do where I normally would have to. So one gym kind of covering all the goals is pretty cool.
Yeah. What about our OCR training, Josh?
So that'll get released. We're gonna start releasing it next Monday, man. So
I don't know a gym that does that really.
I've seen a couple of programs out there that have done it. I'm one of the main ones that's been
the only one
behind
I've
it.
seen.
Yeah,
Yours
so
is
the
yours.
programmer
Yeah.
behind it. I'm usually behind the scenes on that, but I have never in 6 years released my own personal programming to the world. I always keep a lot of the competitive stuff hidden. This is gonna be the first time that I actually put it out there with no scaling options, no nothing. It's just, here's the program. Anybody's welcome to follow it. They're going to need the machines. They're going to need the equipment. So obviously having a gym membership is going to be a good option.
Yeah.
It's going to be included for our members. We're going to give them a huge discount on the rate for that. So they'll get first access to that, and then they'll obviously have access to all of our gyms to be able to get it done at, which I think is pretty cool. We're going to try to find an online platform. We're trying to decide which one that's on right now. So any of you guys that are looking to compete in Spartan, it's going to be an annual cycle with the end goal being peak for Tahoe at the World Championship. So if you're starting to take obstacle course racing a little more seriously, even if you're not like competitive level, who cares? We're always competing with ourselves, right?
Just
like
getting better, right?
Just trying to get better at it. Yeah. So don't think of it like, you're trying to compete with Robert Killian or Ryan Atkins or any of those guys. None of us are, you know what I mean? But me and Torsten just did the Tahoe Beast this past weekend, and what would you say out of all the events you've done in your life, CrossFit, OCR, whatever, like sports and stuff, scale of 1 to 10, 10 being hardest, what would you rate Tahoe as?
I would say, for me personally, it was a 10. It was absolutely the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Up to date.
Yeah. And I played, just for quick reference, how many times have you competed in CrossFit at a pretty high level, or like big competitions and stuff like that?
Yeah, I hold myself to a pretty high standard, so I go hard, no matter what. I haven't been to any really big events, but I mean, I've pushed myself to those limits, and those were nothing compared to Tahoe.
Same here. I played sports my whole life. I've competed in CrossFit for numerous years and done a lot of other stuff. And when I went to Tahoe last year, this year actually wasn't that bad for me because I did follow my own programming. I'm not trying to. It's not a shameless plug by any means. I'm just saying I made sure. I got hit so hard last year. It was almost embarrassing and humbling that the way I felt when I crossed that finish line, I literally looked at my mother-in-law and my wife, and I was like, I will never come back here because I was mentally broken. And for me to say that as an OCR racer, it was embarrassing. So I just took a whole year, started following my own programming, started really putting things together. I'm like, I know how to train what I need to train. So I was like, it's just time to do it. And the workouts got longer, they got harder. But I went this year and I actually ran the race with a smile on my face, crossed the finish line. I was totally solo, no team, nobody with me. Crossed the finish line, gave myself a pat on the back, and right back to training the next day. I took one rest day.
I was going to add some credibility to what you're saying, since I didn't really train at all for it. But as with CrossFit, you can do pretty much anything with it. So I was able to finish the race, but when I came back in Monday, the day after, you were going hard with Anthony all them training after the meeting, and you were able to sustain 3 days of hard comp training, and I just now today was able to actually do a comp train day. It took me 4 days.
So the ability to recover is huge.
The fact that the training that you did for yourself showed, with even if during and after. So it works.
What about Dorn? You want to go on weightlifting and the crunch too?
Yeah, totally. So we offer weightlifting classes and then we offer our crunch classes. I love both programs. Danny from Stockton's a great programmer for weightlifting. So if you're ever interested in getting better, your clean and jerk, your snatch better, I think it's a good outlet for people. Weightlifting is becoming a big sport. I think partly because of CrossFit has obviously
exposed
more weightlifting, more barbell movements in CrossFit. And I think the weightlifting the sport of weightlifting is growing. So I think it's a really cool sport for people to kind of get accustomed to. Just really cool, man. In our crunch classes too, I do crunch sometimes too if I'm short on time.
What's the crunch class?
Basically, so we have 30-minute classes where it's not a lot of technical movements. A nice, good, solid warm up. You get in, you get out. A good cool down, and basically all the movements are variety. You still have your dumbbell snatch. You still have your box jumps. You still have your row. You still have your assault bike. So it's really cool, good cardiovascular training, and we mix in some interval training and some AMRAPs, some EMOMs. So it's a good. I would say it's like a Metcon it's a CrossFit Metcon in a 30-minute class. I think they're good. It's a good program for anyone that's just trying to get in some fitness throughout the day. Like I said, I do crunch sometimes too when I'm short on time, and I think it's a good program for everyone.
Some of them are really hard.
Some of them are super hard. Yeah, if you really push. I mean, you can make anything harder by just going faster.
You get a lot of people saying it's only 30 minutes. I'm like, dude, you haven't done the class yet.
It's so full.
It's like
warm up, workout, boom, boom, boom. You're not resting. It's
you're just kind of going.
It's doable.
Totally.
And it's simple movement, so you don't have to spend a lot of time explaining stuff. It's more like, hey, all right, this is the movements. Looks good. All right, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
It's a good 30-minute burner.
And then we're doing our comp training now too. So competitors that want to get more serious about competing in CrossFit, or it's mostly just CrossFit, huh?
Yeah. Because the competitors program is definitely for CrossFit for sure. Mm-hmm. Competing in the sport of CrossFit, which is pretty cool because not a lot of gyms have that either. You know what I mean? Usually you have to reach out to some other outlet. That's everywhere. Comp Train and Misfit Athletics and all those other ones. You automatically see people at the gym. They're like, oh, I gotta stop doing my class programming because I need to go follow this other program. So we're just trying to solve.
That's the problem is too. Is you got those people that are competitors and they're doing their own program in there.
Totally.
Dude, you don't get to work out with anyone anymore.
You lose the community, man.
Yeah, and it's not as fun. And then it's the class wise that we do, especially if you're doing the performance side, you only need to do a couple more things after, working on your weaknesses and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So you don't need to cut out the whole class class wide. You don't have to do your whole different program after.
Yeah.
Ty set that up where you can just do some extra stuff each day. Hey, you suck at your strength or weakness. We're gonna do a little bit more of that after, or you can't do some more gymnastic stuff. We're gonna add that in at the end.
Totally.
Or beginning or cardio.
Yeah.
Whatever your weakness is, but.
And I like how they break it down. There's the weightlifting.
Yeah.
And there'd be conditioning or the Metcon gymnastics, and it's always a different thing.
Yeah.
And I'd like to pick the one of whatever the one looks worse for me for
Yeah.
weakness wise,
Yeah,
I would do
time.
curl
Yeah, pick the one you don't want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one you
Well,
need
especially
to
if
do.
you're gonna be a competitor, like
Yes.
you know that's
Pick
what
the
you
one
gotta
you
do.
don't want to do.
You know
That's
what
the
I'm
smartest
saying?
way to attack that. And then, yeah, obviously, if there's a couple of them in there, you can do a little bit of strength, a little bit of cardio for sure on the competitors programming. I wouldn't recommend doing all 3 to 4 options by any
Well, I had
means,
a couple people right when we first put it out. They did that, and he was in there for like 45 minutes. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Hey, 1 or 2 things, man. You got to do it again tomorrow. So you know what I'm saying? I don't think he did anything the next day, but
Yeah, exactly.
you know, lesson learned. I
Fire
guess.
yourself
Yeah,
on it.
we live and learn.
Yeah.
What else do we have going on? So we have Olympic weightlifting, we have crunch class, we have the fitness, we have performance, we have the Faster
OCR.
Stronger project for OCR, and we have the Faster Stronger project Run Club now too.
Yeah.
So we're doing a trail. We're gonna have a trail team and a road team. So that's pretty cool.
That's
We're
pretty
doing
sick.
trail. The road team's on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturdays. Trail team is same runs during the week, but they're going trail on Sunday mornings.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. So anybody's interested in that, that's totally free. Be a member at our gym to join that. So if you guys have any friends in the running world or want to get into that, just let us know, man. They're more than welcome to come on.
Josh
So
knows his stuff.
it's super cool.
Torson's starting a swim team.
Honestly, I wish I did swimming in high school. Football was like year round, and I feel like
Also, ping pong team.
Yes, competitive doubles
Oh.
ping pong.
Doubles? All right.
Doubles ping pong.
Double
I'm pretty
paddle
good
too?
at ping pong.
That'd be
I
pretty
haven't
awesome.
played in a while though. Actually,
We
pretty
should
good.
get in our ROMWAD room that we're in right now. We should.
I'm gonna go buy us a ping pong
Ping pong table, yeah.
Right there.
It's done. We're gonna have
Yeah.
championships every
Dude,
weekend.
I'm down for that for
Another
sure.
thing I like that we offer that I actually don't see anywhere else is masters.
Ooh, yeah.
Since
about that, yeah.
I have one of my clients in SAC, he does, he's a master, and like
Yeah.
he wouldn't have came if we didn't offer that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
What's the difference in master's class and the regular
the regular
or
class?
anything? Yeah.
So yes, it's specially designed for. It's lower impact,
Mhm.
so it's not going to be super heavy. It's going to be movements that nearly every 55 and older person can do with minimal modification, and it's mainly it's just move.
Yeah.
Get their stuff loosened up and
We throw that ROMWAD in at the end too.
Yeah,
We got 15
definitely.
minutes of stretching and mobility, which I
Lots
think is
of
important
stretching. Oh, it's huge. The first thing we do when he comes in when I'm training him is we get on the ground and we roll around and get stuff loose. Yeah. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the cool thing
Special
about
treatment.
my favorite part about the master's program was like that empowerment of it though. Like it starts off really simple, but there's also progressions in it to where
Yeah.
you can actually build up to something, the same barbell moves everybody else is doing too.
And like
so.
the master's class too is really designed for those people that like haven't made fitness a priority in their life ever.
Yeah.
So they're coming in and have no background. Their doctor's like, hey, bro, you gotta start working out, and they're like, oh god, I've never worked out my whole life.
Totally.
Yeah, I think some
You know
people
what
took
I'm
it the
saying?
wrong way and they thought it was like just an age thing. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
it's age specific, untrained.
Yeah.
So our 55 and up people that have made fitness priority their whole life, they're just normal.
Yeah, they
come
just
into
go on
performance and
regular.
fitness and
Yep.
you're totally fine. So don't feel like if you're over the age of 55, you have to come try out the master's class by any means. I feel like there's a little misconception about that. But just definitely think more of the untrained athlete, somebody that's just never prioritized it,
Yeah,
like you
that's
said.
perfect.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, I have no clue
Way
how to
look
work
at it.
out. I have
Yeah.
no clue how to
So
eat.
you're just
I have
starting
no
at ground
clue.
zero.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's, that's good. It's a less intimidating option for those.
Yeah.
Who have never.
What about our coaching too? Because I always hear people that go to different gyms. I mean, even like you, Josh, when you get drop-ins or Dorian from different, because since you're in SAC, you get a lot of drop-ins from different
Totally.
towns, but they're always, praising us on our coaching. So I think that's another really important part, because if you're not having fun, and you don't have that, sense of community, which the coach is, he's in charge of.
Yeah.
Each class that
That's
you're
coach's
doing.
job, man.
You
You are entirely in charge of the flow, the feel, the fun factor.
no one's
everything that
having
goes on
fun,
with it.
or
So
the atmosphere sucks, the energy sucks.
Yeah.
that's on the coach, man.
It's on the coach.
It's your fault.
Yeah, no, it really is.
Yeah.
For sure.
Since I learned a lot when I started here, what I found out is there's no plateauing in anything, whether it's coaching or working out or just doing anything within the company. There's always somebody out there that can help you.
Of course.
Yeah.
So when I came in with Josh, and he had 3 Post-it notes of stuff on my first day, and my goal was to just knock those out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want my second day. I don't want to have any.
Yeah.
I probably had like half of one the next day, and then the third day he's like, oh, you're good to go. And it's like,
yeah, you took care of that really, really quick.
Yeah.
You took constructive criticism really well.
And,
like
10 years ago, I probably would have, like, fought you or something because, I wasn't immature. But, with age, you're like, no, I want to be better. This is why, it also didn't hurt that it was something that I love to do.
Of course.
So, yeah, just the fact that we hold our coaches to such a high standard.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like, I love that about it.
And it's not in a negative way at all. I think that's what's cool about it. And that's what I told you on day one. I was like, hey, don't take anything I say negatively.
No,
everything is meant
sure.
to help you for sure. Because all I want to do is make you feel super confident with your members and give them more value.
Yeah.
So, and then Dorian's really big on that. Like, just the way our mindset is. I feel like me and Dorian have a lot in common. We worked together for a long time in SAC. And we just have this thing to where we put the members first. Like, I literally, every morning when I wake up, my first thought in my mind is like, what can I do today to make my business and my members better?
100%.
And I always put myself last.
100%.
So if I have to go out and like read a bunch of articles or watch a bunch of videos or get better at something,
Even
just
when
to
you're
give
tired
a
and you
little,
don't want to, and
just
you
to give
haven't
a little
slept very good
value.
last night. And
Yeah, but like,
course.
I mean, I got 2.5-year-old at home.
Yeah.
Doesn't like to sleep very much. I sleep
Yeah.
maybe 4 or 5 hours a night. But like I said, that's what I mean by putting yourself last. It's not even an option anymore. It's just I literally wake up every day with that first. That's the first thing on my mind. I'm like, what can I do right now to make my 5 a.m. class better?
100%.
So I get up extra early every morning. I make sure I read through the coaches' notes, look at the workouts. What can I provide? I come in and set up the gym like in a game style to make it more fun.
Yeah.
Any little thing you can do to make stuff better. So I think we do a lot better job at ASAP with that than anything. And I think that just kind of goes from the top to the bottom.
I really think too it comes back to like just we care more, or we care like you kind of just said, putting yourself in front of the or
putting them in front of us. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think we all have pretty good intent for our members. Like, we're not trying to degrade their fitness. We really just honestly want to help people.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important part.
We want to help people sometimes more than they want to help themselves.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
That's 90% of the time.
Yeah,
for
like-
sure,
Because we want everyone, we want to see everyone be successful. We want to see everybody be like, get their toes to bar or handle their nutrition. But it always goes beyond fitness, right? Like the stuff that you do in the gym, build yourself to become the best version of yourself outside of these walls.
Yeah.
And that's the coolest part about CrossFit. Is like a lot of people think it's more physical stuff. Like it's really like it's more mental. Like when stuff goes on in your life and you don't know how to overcome it, like the stuff that you do here in CrossFit really builds yourself to be able to prepare yourself and become a better version of yourself outside these walls. That's why I love fitness. It's really cool, and we all the coaches at ASAP have good intent for our members, and we want the best for them. So that's what really sets us apart. Coming from an athlete, when I first started CrossFit, I was an athlete at an affiliate. I was like, man, these coaches don't provide any value. Like, all they do is just tell me what's on the workout. I can just do it by myself.
They
go on their phone. They're playing with their music. Like I'm not getting coached, so I had to learn how to do how to cycle a box jump by myself. How to learn how to cycle a barbell by myself. And then when I went to a different gym where it was more competitive, like there was a big distinction of like the competitive athletes and the regular members, and that's something that I like. And then when it came to ASAP, like it's just like the people are just super different. I've never been to a gym where the people have been so consistent in their training. Granted, their nutrition might not be the best. Granted, they might have other stuff going on. But I've never been to a gym where the people at ASAP are always there. The same people come to every class. Like they're all consistent. And I've never been to a gym where everybody just comes in at least 4 or 5 days during the week and they get their work in. Yeah. And I love that. That's awesome. It just goes to show that people are like, it could be us. It could be the type of the business that we're doing. Like. But people are consistent and they're getting results, and that's the best part about it.
I think too is like you see them, a lot of people hang out outside the gym.
Yeah.
Especially in SAC, I see them go out all the time, post on Instagram, or even in Lodi and Stockton, they're all doing the run club, getting ready for the half marathon. Should they meet by themselves?
Yeah.
Even if Bree, kind of facilitated it, but now they're going off on their own or setting up by themselves. I'm like, dude, that's great. And kind of Josh was talking about that too, about what was it, the running club, or was it something else? I forgot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I haven't even been to one. I've been to one run with the run club because I'm doing my trail series. So.
Really cool.
they just get together and
Dixon too, like they all hang out and go out and stuff.
So
I'm like,
awesome.
dude, it's cool.
That's so awesome.
Because they probably would have never found each other without at the gym, obviously. So it's like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say at the beginning when you asked Torsten what was the biggest thing, me personally, I think the biggest thing is not just community. We all know gyms have community, right? Like you can go to any different gym and there's gonna be a community within that. But ours is so like self-sustaining and self-sufficient. Like I feel like the coaches don't have to. Like, we do throw cool events and that.
Well, once you already got it going good, then it's like it's good to go.
Yeah, I've
but
never seen one where it actually works
effect,
that smooth. Yeah, and like people take leadership and ownership of certain things, and they make it a point to invite people and do all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
So their community is a lot stronger than a lot of places, any place I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So that's really, really neat. But I think we have more options. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Not everybody's into the same things, like outside of the gym. You know what I mean? We're training for different things. We have different, we're at different points in our lives, right?
That's why
we tend to hang out with people at similar life points.
Yeah.
But
similar goals.
The common denominator is we cut the jobs out. Like, no one bases who their friend is off of careers anymore.
100%.
And I think that's a cool thing that just CrossFit as a community did.
Yeah.
They got doctors talking to janitors, talking to librarians, to
CEOs
these different
talking
people,
to
just common suffering.
Yep.
But now what we're doing is now we're creating these little micro organizations within inside of that, of those macro groups. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think that's what's so cool to see. And it's like, okay, well, you notice all like the young people without kids yet or not married yet hanging out together. Then you see like the young parents hanging out together. And like you have these people that are in different points career-wise or whatever, from different backgrounds, different religions, different belief systems, all hanging out together because they're at the same life points together, all striving for the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's the coolest thing that I've seen at ASAP so far, is just how all that just happens.
Yeah.
Like we don't sit there and be like, okay, we're gonna put this group with that group, and blah, blah, blah. You know, it's really neat how it just comes out that way, and it's never going anywhere. And that's you're more likely to have a gym, obviously, that's going to grow and it's gotten as big as ours. And
of course,
people are never going to want to leave.
Heck
yeah, ever.
So with that, like another thing, 5 locations.
Yeah.
That's big time. Like
cool,
it's being able to, you know, because, you know, especially being in a bigger city, it's people are traveling. You know, a lot of people utilize that membership when they're going around town, traveling for work. Like, you know, people go.
We need to do medals for ASAP. So like just like the Spartan trifecta. So like I've been around for 4 and 5.
Yeah.
So I only get 2 medals. Like Anthony and Tyler will have 3 medals, and like dude, like 10 years down the road we could all look back and like, how many ASAP medals do you have? And like, I've been around since the days of 3. I've been around since the days of 4. So that'd be pretty cool to have that. I'm working on getting those made.
People got some OG shirts that they love.
Yeah.
The OG one is on like
one
location or whatever.
Shirts.
Yeah.
You never throw it away, no matter how many.
My
goals
mom,
you get to it.
for sure, she's like, oh, my OG shirt. Like,
That's super cool. Yeah, something to be proud of, man. Whether you work here, you're a member here, whatever.
Yeah.
It's really cool to watch. Anything you're a part of that grows is super neat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, totally. And even just like yesterday, I mean, Josh, we have our group, you know, little private group messenger app. He's like, hey, Dorian, you want to come tomorrow at 10 a.m. to work out? I was like, dude, I'll come. You know, I'll come work out. Like,
yeah, that's a cool spot.
You know,
we all
that's
get
a cool
together.
spot. We all get together.
So
we all
far
throw
away.
down. We all just work out and just have fun and
exactly.
You know,
you
build
got
life
three different gyms.
Yeah,
that's it.
That all just threw down together.
Can you make 10? Well, I got me 8:30. I'll see if I
Speaking
can
of
make
which,
it.
how was that workout, boys?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Brutal.
I think my programming is getting a little better every week.
Quads,
but even too, I think a lot of people don't do with like CrossFit type gyms is like the nutrition part, which is you know, maybe more than half of the results you're getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like we're not where I want to be with the nutrition part yet, but definitely stepping it up. And then also, you know, providing meals or meal prepping too. But I think the nutrition's a big part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is one of the biggest pieces of the puzzle, man.
Yeah.
Nutrition
and it's the
recovery
hardest
are
to
just as
really
big as
coach
training,
because
you know?
unless you're, you know, when they're here, you can have control of what they're doing.
Yeah.
When they go at home for 23 more hours, or the other 23 hours, it's like,
Yeah.
hey,
You don't know.
it's hard for me
it's
to
tough.
coach you on whatever. If you're not gonna make the choices, then it's not gonna happen.
But what we can do, 1, we can lead by example. 2, we can provide proper information, and 3, we can provide that accountability.
Yeah.
Well,
So
technology
between those 3
these
things,
days, like you can still provide accountability pretty easily, actually. But
for sure.
Yeah, just like our upcoming nutrition challenge too. I mean, where you with that Waterfront Rise, I mean, you're able to see what they're eating. They're taking photos. Like coaches can see, you know, hey, comment if your portion's a little bit too big. You should be eating a little bit more of this. So it's pretty cool. I think we are stepping up our program.
Yeah.
We're getting better. We're getting better. And like I said, just back to coaching. Like we're trying to get better. So sometimes it's trial and error, but at the end of the day, we want to get better and we want to provide the most value for everyone.
just try new things, see what works best. Yeah.
What do you guys think about, on the coaching note real quick, I don't think we ever talk about that really. We can just hit it really quickly. Like when you come to a class, like I go to classes and I watch other coaches coach. Like my personal thought on that comparative to other gyms I've been to, no matter what kind of gym they are, is the attention to detail and the amount of like, it's not just cueing. A lot of places think like, oh, they're great coaches because they cue a lot. I'm like, that's not all that it's about. I think here at ASAP, my favorite part is like, game plan. Game plan.
Strategy.
I've never had
Totally.
anybody give me a game plan
Totally.
ever, dude. So now I feel like I know exactly how to attack a workout.
100%.
And the coaches here actually understand why programs are written,
Of
right?
course.
So they know what interview system you're trying to hit, and if you're not one of like the nerdy people that understands all that stuff, dude, we literally just break it down into like,
I think
choose
Tyler
a weight,
just did a
choose
video
a weight
on it
you
too
can
on
hit
YouTube.
this many reps unbroken.
Yeah.
This is how fast I want you to treat it. Your round should be between this time and that time.
You should
and
fly
like we
this
know how to tell
after-
you how to scale it. I think that's so neat that like we give that value.
I've actually gotten feedback a few days ago. They're like, man, I really like how you guys like tell us like how much weight, like how, for how many reps, like fresh, not fresh, like how it's supposed to feel.
I've never seen that anywhere else.
100%.
Ever have I seen that weight. Unless it's bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding is the only place I've ever had coaches that actually tell you exactly how much weight, like, oh, if you can do less than 8, it's too heavy. If you can do more than 10, it's too light. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's the only situation I've ever seen someone be that detail oriented, and you're paying for a real professional bodybuilding coach, dude. Like that's as much as our monthly fee per session. Like it's insane.
I feel like most people are like, or most other gyms are like, here's the RX, and they might give them a scaling option on it.
Yeah.
But they're not really going individually and being like, oh, you should do this, you should do that.
My problem with that is, okay, so I've been to some pretty
then
good
half
gyms.
the people are gonna
I've been
try
to
to
some
RX,
really
right?
good gyms that actually do. They're really good about like, oh, here's 3 or 4 scaling options. They never tell you which one to pick based on the goal of why the workout's written.
Yeah.
So I did a huge presentation on just Helen the other day. Helen is a very simple triplet, dude. But I went over it, and I'm not kidding. Everyone in that class finished within 35 seconds of each other
That's awesome.
because I scaled it correctly.
That's
Like
so
I
sweet.
picked the right scale for each person, and it just worked out.
That's so
I could have
sweet.
messed it up, but I thought I knew them well enough. I'm like, all right, this is what it should feel like. This is how you're gonna scale your run, and everybody finished, and they all felt the same.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
That's
So the
perfect.
stimulus was
Yeah.
achieved. The goal target time was achieved, but
Yeah.
I had a group of 12 people doing 12 completely different things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. Just by knowing that little bit of stuff, like that's how you get people fitter.
Totally.
Yeah.
That makes the biggest difference because that intensity level has been reached at a very safe, controlled environment now. And when you do that repeatedly, day in and day out, you're going to see your athletes just leaps and bounds of fitness versus just like, okay, a lot of people think they're just like, oh, this is as fit as I can get. And I'm like, oh no, we got years to go.
Yeah.
They can always get you fitter, but it just takes a lot of work on the coach's part.
Heck yeah. And also, I think what we do a really good job of doing is we actually do the workout that is programmed for the day. A lot of coaches at other gyms, they just do their own competitor program. They follow somebody else's program, so they can't really practice what they preach. Like they don't.
Or if
really
you don't know how it feels and you don't know how to coach someone on it,
Of
sometimes
course.
you look on the board, you're like, oh yeah, but then when you do it, like, oh wow, those double unders really made my shoulders tired for that push press or whatever it is.
Yeah,
And
you
exactly.
don't think of those little things like when you see it on the board based on like when you do it, like if they're like dumbbell box step overs, like you think you just grab a dumbbell and just you go, right?
Yeah.
Well, there's so many little things like you
Heck
hold
yeah.
the dumbbell differently.
How you hold the dumbbell differently. How are you breathing?
But you wouldn't think about it
How
if
you
you
stepping?
didn't do it.
How many steps are you taking in between the box? Like there's little things like
Tim
that.
was way too hard to definitely go later.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, of course.
Nice. Well, you guys got anything to kind of say to close it up? That's basically the main things I wanted to hit on.
No, just any of our members, if you guys can think of anything, man, that we can do better for you guys, please always let us know.
Yeah,
Comment
for
on
sure.
this video, send us emails, do whatever, man. We're totally open to constructive criticism all day long.
Oh, yes.
All day long. So anything we can do better, because sometimes we have meetings and we look at each other and we're like, what can we do better?
Yeah,
but we're not you, so we need you guys to tell us sometimes, like, we need a good slap in the face, like, hey man, you guys need to clean this up or do that. Like, we're down, dude. We're totally up for any challenge you can throw our way. So if you guys think of more goals, like if you guys have a particular goal that you want to reach that we're not touching on or our program's not touching on, let us know. Like, we are not scared to dive down that rabbit hole with you. So
Of course.
hit us up.
Yeah.
And I just say all the events that we hold to get
Oh,
all the gyms together.
Yeah.
I really like that. And unfortunately, we were in Tahoe for the liftoff, but I'll be there next time. And
Well, it's cool you get other people from different gyms coming over to, because like basically in each gym, like we're pretty spread apart where it's, each gym has their own community kind of. You get a couple people dropping, depending on where they work or where they live, but it's cool to like go to a different gym because everyone's super nice still, and then you get different coaches and whatever, but like it's just still the vibe,
Yeah,
It's the
it's
main
that
things.
vibe.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And because I coach in SAC and here, and it's like it's
Different people, same vibe, like-
same vibe, same home. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't feel any different. Like I love both just the same, and it's great. And
It's really cool.
getting everybody together, it's cool.
Yeah.
We do that a lot. Sometimes I'm always like, there's so many events I can't make them all.
I
and
know.
I'm
I
mad
don't even
about
make
it.
them all either. It's
I'm like I want to be to them all. Yeah.
Of course.
Or there's 3 events going on the same weekend. It's like,
yeah, that's
Craig's doing his strongman comps, like Tough Mudder.
Booked all
else,
these.
like,
That's cool, man.
Caffeine kilos.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah,
Chance.
true.
You know, something different.
So.
Nice. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Again, follow us on YouTube, our ASAP Fitness channel, Instagram _ASAPFit_. What else we got? iTunes, Get Fit ASAP Podcast, of course. We're on Spotify also. If you guys want to follow D on Instagram, Facebook, or where else are you on?
You can DM me on Facebook.
All right, DM me on Facebook. Torsten?
I got that Insta. No
IG?
Facebook still.
All right, whatever, man.
Milner Fitness.
What?
Milner?
Milner.
I don't know.
Just
we went over
Google,
this last
Google
time.
Thor's hammer.
Thor's hammer. Google that.
Milner.
Oh, nice.
Milner Fitness.
I just watched Thor last night.
See? Mew Mew.
You watch TV, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
I passed out like at 9 o'clock last night, dude. I turned on TV at 8 and I was out at 9, bro.
That's
But
funny.
I woke up really.
And you can find me on Instagram under FSP for Faster Stronger Project _coach.
Yeah, buddy. Yep. So if you guys are interested in doing that running program, definitely hit Josh up. We'll be posting more about his program coming up soon. But yeah.
And I will be releasing on top of Faster Stronger Project. We'll let you guys know which platform we decide to go with on that next week. I'll have it done this weekend. Other than that, I have 5K, 10K, half marathon, and I'm almost ready to release my 50K trail plan.
Yeah, buddy.
So I got a couple more tester.
You might get
runs
like
to do.
2 people to sign up for that.
I know. So give me a couple more weeks on the 50K plan. I need to test. I've got 2 different versions of some speed work I want to put in there. So just
Nice.
let me test that out. But that cycle doesn't start for another month, so no big
Okay.
deal on that one. So just let me know if you guys need any run plans as well.
Cool. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Why?
All our butt sweat.